Your parents just said you're not theirs, but they hid your childhood photo and now someone recognizes it. How is that a mistake? What were they trying to keep from you?
Say it again, I whispered, my voice shaking. Say I'm not yours. My mom didn't hesitate. You're not. You never were. We were standing in the living room, all three of us, me, Rita, and the only parents I'd ever known, while Daniel, our longtime family friend, hovered near the doorway, holding an old photo I'd just found hidden in a drawer. They wouldn't explain. They wouldn't even look at me. My dad just kept saying, "Drop it," like my entire identity was some inconvenience. Then Daniel stepped forward, staring at the picture like it burned. His face had gone completely pale. "This photo," he said, slowly, glancing between me and my parents. "Where did you get this?" My mom lunged to grab it, but he pulled it back. And that's when he said it. I've seen this child before. The room went completely still. Not the kind of silence where people are thinking this was heavier. Like something had just cracked open, and no one knew how to contain it. My fingers curled into my palms. "What do you mean?" I asked, my voice sharper now, desperate for something, anything, that made sense. Daniel didn't answer right away. He kept staring at the photo, his thumb brushing over the corner like he was trying to confirm it was real. I recognized the picture instantly. It was the one I'd found an hour earlier, buried at the bottom of a dusty box in the hallway closet. No frame, no label. Just me, younger, maybe 2 or 3 years old, sitting on a blanket in a park I didn't remember. Which was already weird because we didn't have baby photos of me. Not really. Anytime I'd asked growing up, my mom would just say they'd lost most of them during a move. But this one they hid. "Daniel," my dad snapped, stepping forward, his tone low and warning. "That's enough." "No," I cut in, stepping between them before he could take the photo. "It's not enough." Not even close. My chest felt tight, like every breath had to fight its way in. I looked at my mom. "You just told me I'm not yours, so explain it. Who is she?" I pointed at the photo, my hand shaking. "Because that's me." My mom's lips parted, but nothing came out. Her eyes flicked to my dad, then back to the floor. That hesitation, that silence, said more than anything else. Daniel finally looked up at me, his face still pale, something unsettled sitting behind his eyes. "Rita, how old were you when this picture was taken?" "I don't know," I admitted, the words tasting wrong the second they left my mouth. I was never told. That seemed to hit him harder than anything else. He exhaled slowly, glancing once more at my parents, like he was giving them one last chance to speak. They didn't. So he looked back at me and said, carefully, "I think I saw this exact photo years ago on a missing child report." "A missing child report?" The words didn't land all at once. They echoed like my brain was trying to reject them before they could settle. I let out a short, shaky laugh. No, that's not possible." I looked at my parents, expecting them to shut it down, to correct him, to finally say something that made sense. But they didn't. My mom moved first, quick, almost frantic, snatching the photo from Daniel's hand. "It's just an old picture," she said, her voice tight. "You're remembering wrong." Daniel didn't argue right away. He just stared at her, then at my dad. "Lena, where did she find this?" "In the closet," I answered before she could. "Hidden, under a bunch of old stuff." I swallowed hard. "Why would you hide it?" "Because it doesn't matter," my dad cut in sharply. "You're blowing this out of proportion!" "Out of proportion?" My voice cracked. "You just told me I'm not your daughter." That hung in the air. Daniel's gaze shifted back to me, more focused now, studying my face, like he was comparing it to something in his memory. "Rita." He said slowly, "Do you have any baby pictures? From when you were first born?" I hesitated. No. They said they lost them. Daniel's jaw tightened. I don't think they were lost, he said quietly. I think they never had them. I felt my stomach drop. And then he added, almost under his breath, I remember that case too clearly for this to be a coincidence. I remember that case too clearly for this to be a coincidence. The air shifted instantly. I shook my head, stepping back like distance alone could make this unreal. No, you're wrong! You have to be! But even as I said it, I was already turning, already reaching for my phone. Rita, stop, my dad warned, his voice sharper now. I ignored him. My hands trembled as I typed, searching, missing child, toddler, park, years ago. Didn't take long. An old article popped up, buried under newer ones. The image was grainy, low quality, but it was enough. Same blanket. Same park bench behind it. Same little girl. My throat tightened. This is the same photo. That proves nothing, my mom snapped quickly. Too quickly. Lots of kids look alike. She has a birthmark. Daniel cut in. I froze. Slowly, I pulled my sleeve up, exposing the faint, crescent-shaped mark on my wrist. I'd had it for as long as I could remember. Daniel pointed at the screen. Even blurred, it was there. My heart started pounding harder. Why does she have the same mark as me? Neither of them answered. Just tell me the truth, I shouted, my voice breaking. For once, just drop it. My dad barked, louder than I'd ever heard him. The force of it made me flinch. And that's when I realized this wasn't confusion. They weren't denying it because it was ridiculous. They were denying it because it was real. They were denying it because it was real. The realization settled in like a weight I couldn't shake off. I looked between them, really looked this time. My dad's rigid stance, like he was bracing for impact. My mom's trembling hands, her eyes glassy but not confused, terrified, not of me, of this coming out. All the times I asked, I said slowly, my voice quieter now but sharper, cutting through the silence, about baby pictures, about where I was born. He never answered. My chest tightened. He couldn't answer. Rita, stop, my mom whispered, but there was no authority left in it. No. I shot back. You stop lying. Daniel stepped closer, his voice calm but firm. We need to handle this properly. This isn't something you can just ignore. He hesitated, then added the word that changed everything. Authorities. My dad snapped his head toward him. No, you're not calling anyone. That reaction, immediate, panicked, said more than any confession. Why not? I demanded. If this is all some misunderstanding, then prove it. He didn't respond. Instead, he ran a hand through his hair, pacing now. You don't understand what this will do, he muttered. It'll ruin everything. Ruin what? The question hung there, heavy. Daniel didn't let it go. His voice dropped, quieter but more direct. Mark, where did you really get her? My mom let out a broken sound, like something inside her had finally cracked. Don't, my dad warned, but his voice faltered. I took a step back, my pulse hammering in my ears. What did you do? I whispered. For a second, no one spoke. Then my dad looked at the floor and said, barely audible, we weren't supposed to keep her.
Wait a minute, they are not denying it anymore. They're scared. Weren't we supposed to keep her? That's not a mistake. What did they actually do here?
The words didn't register at first. We weren't supposed to keep her. It sounded like a mistake. Like something you'd say about a package or a stray animal. Not a person. Not me. What does that even mean? I asked, my voice hollow. My mom broke first. She sank into the couch, covering her face, her shoulders shaking. We didn't plan it like that, she said through uneven breaths. It happened so fast. Say it properly, Daniel pressed, his tone steady, leaving no room to hide. My dad didn't look at me when he spoke. There was a festival, he said slowly, years ago. Crowded, loud, people everywhere. He swallowed. You were alone for a moment, crying. No one was watching. My stomach twisted. We just took you, he finished. The room spun. You took me, I repeated, the words sharp now, cutting through whatever illusion had been left. You kidnapped me. My mom looked up, desperate. We gave you a life, you stole one first, I snapped. Silence, heavy. Final. Daniel stepped away, already pulling out his phone. I'm calling this in! No, my dad started, but there was no force behind it anymore. No control left. Within minutes, everything unraveled. The police arrived. Questions were asked. Records were pulled. The truth moved faster than I could process it. My name, Rita, wasn't even mine. They found the case. Reopened it. Connected everything. Mark and Lena were arrested that night. No shouting. No dramatic resistance. Just quiet, defeated compliance as everything they'd built collapsed in front of them. And me? I stood there, watching strangers take away the only parents I'd ever known, while knowing they were never really mine. Days later, the story spread. News outlets picked it up. Missing child found after 15 years. My face, her face, was everywhere. Then came the part I wasn't ready for. My real family. Older, worn by time, but still there. Still searching. All those years. Meeting them didn't fix anything. It didn't magically make sense of who I was. It just replaced one truth with another. Weeks later, I sat alone, holding that same photo. The one that exposed everything. I stared at it for a long time before setting it down. At least now, I said quietly, I know who was lying.
If one hidden photo can unravel everything like that, how many stories stay buried just because no one recognizes them? How many families are built on something no one has questioned yet?